Thank you, Mr. President. I want to stand up in strong opposition to this bill and strong opposition to the elimination of this industry. I've lived in Wheeling all my life, raised my family there. My father raised me there. My grandfather was the mayor of Wheeling back in the 60s. He raised his family there. City of Wheeling has had some ups and downs over time, and we've had some good things happen lately, but we've also had some bad things happen. We had a hospital close recently, Ohio Valley Medical Center. Same company that owns the hospital in Fairmont shut down our hospital in Wheeling. It was a huge blow. And we had our city manager testify before Senate Finance the other day, a city manager from Wheeling, and talked about how this bill would be catastrophic to the city of Wheeling. As you've heard, this money helps to fund the police and fire pensions in the city. It's a huge part, this track is a huge part of the TIF district. We can't afford to take another blow like this right now in the city of Wheeling, despite some of the good things that are going on. I'm optimistic about the future of Wheeling, but I don't want to see this happen to the city of Wheeling right now. We can't absorb this blow right now. Let me talk also about the treatment of the dogs. I had the opportunity last weekend to visit the shelter in Brooke County, and Senator Weld was there. The senator from Brooke County was there at the same time, and boy, was I impressed. I'm a dog guy. I've got 2 dogs at home, 2 puppies. They are 50% poodle and 50% Bernese Mountain Dog. They're known as Bernie Doodles. I always wanted the chance to talk about them here on the Senate floor, so here I have the opportunity to talk about Bettis and Stella. I love them to death. They are 100% unconditional love whenever I come home on Friday night after a long week in Charleston. And prior to Bettis and Stella, we've had other dogs in our home. We lost 2 dogs last year, and so it's always tough when that happens. But we love them, and they love us. And I would not be advocating for this industry if I thought the dogs weren't treated well. When I visited the kennel last Saturday, I couldn't believe the lives that they lead. Their lives are much better than the lives my dogs lead. They're around all their friends all day long. They get to play 6 or 7 times a day and go out and go to their run and play with other dogs. They have nutrition certainly better than my dogs and better than most dogs. They are cared for and given attention all day long. When it's time to go from Brooke County down to Wheeling to race, they bring out these green leads. The dogs go crazy. They're so excited that they're going to get to go and race. And then when they come back, and I was there when the dogs came back from having just raced. In fact, a dog who had won the race walks in the door. They're wagging their tails. They're excited to see me and the senator from Brooke County and his wife and others. They were just so excited, like they were telling us what they had just done. Like they were saying, you won't believe what happened. We were just down the road at this track, and we ran around really fast, and we chased a rabbit, and now we're back. I mean, it was just very clear that these dogs have a life that's pretty darn good. And I don't dispute the fact that dogs sometimes are injured during these races and sometimes die, but there are certainly risks in any type of athletic endeavor. But I'm very comfortable in advocating for this industry based upon how these dogs are treated. The economic impact to the city of Wheeling and the region is more than just those pensions and the TIF. It's also the pickup trucks that the kennel owners purchase from local car dealerships. They purchase $55,000 diesel pickup trucks from the local car dealer. They purchase gasoline from the diesel gas from the gasoline stations up and down Route 2 in either Brooke or Ohio counties. They buy hay locally for the dogs. They buy dog food locally, so that the economic impact is substantial. And I'll end with this, and following up on the comments from my friend from Harrison County. There aren't many industries in our state that we control that is ours alone, and we're getting close to being the only game in town when it comes to this industry. The handle is up. There's $400 million in dog betting money available to capture from the state of Florida. Instead of kicking this to the curb, we ought to embrace it. We ought to modernize it. We ought to make it even better and allow even more people to send money to West Virginia. And as a legislature, we need to do a better job of capturing more of that revenue, because as we've all said, we've all said we need to diversify our economy. And here we are with an opportunity to take an industry and make it even better and continue that diversification process. We'd be fools to let this industry go when there's such a great opportunity on the horizon. Thank you, Mr. President.